I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You will never be what I expected. Different frequencies, that's why we ain't connected. You know I will make it through, I got nothing to lose but you. It's true you're so far away, and it's true I can feel the same. It's another day, you know you want me to stay, but I go my way. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not, because I still believe. You're my gravity. You're my gravity. You're calling out my name, but the echo numbs your pain. Sorry, but more than just a shadow, I'm more than just a man. You don't care how I feel, you don't know how I feel. No, you don't know how. I wash away the sorrow till my heart can beat again. You're my gravity. No, you're my gravity. I will let you go, the only thing that I know. You were my gravity, but now I have to leave. I will let you go. Why do you feel that I want? What do you think that I want? I know how to breathe into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity, into my gravity. I know it's hard, I know it's complicated, but I promised you I've been waiting here forever. I had a much to say, but you're not here with me, no. We're invincible, like fire in the snow. Trust me when I say you are my beautiful world, and I'm feeling it all, we should make an effort. It's true you're so far away, and it's true you don't feel the same. But if you take my hand, we can try and go back, starting from scratch. I won't let you go, no I can't let you go, 'cause you're my gravity, and I will never leave. I won't let you go, no baby I will not.
Warning: the Duracell Cup Series data file you have attempted to access is out of date. Uploading current file now.
It's a brand new car from stem to stern, and it's never been raced at these speeds.
The next gen car is opportunity.
Everything is different with the exception of like the seat, the steering wheel, and your helmet.
Unknown creates excitement.
Talking about my generation.
And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back here to Daytona International Speedway as we continue on the first weekend of Season 7. And tonight we're getting ready for the debut race of the debut series, the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series, as we prepare for 40 circuits at the World Center of Racing. Drivers that do not have a full-time ride may be running part-time schedules in the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, getting ready to take to the track here tonight, as well as drivers that we've never seen before under the NNSCRA Racing banner, all trying for 20 races, the opportunity to not only win a championship, but a guaranteed ride in Season 8 of the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. Kind of an extended showcase series from what we had back in Season 6 of the Duracell Cup Series. And we're going to be at a bunch of different racetracks this year, but you got to kick it off at the 2.5 mile super speedway known as Daytona. Here under the lights, track might have some grip because we're just off the heels of the pole day qualifying session for the Great American Race that took place just about a couple of hours ago. And we'll see if that plays into what type of racing we'll see here tonight. 20 drivers slated to roll off the grid here this evening, and it's pretty much time to go racing. I think I've done talking, so let's go down trackside and let's get those most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
An high temp for this first segment. We shouldn't really be in danger of overheating, but it will, probably get up to about 220, so just keep an eye on that.
As the pace car leads the field up to the banking of turn 1, you see your starting lineup on the bottom right of your screen. Stephen Burnside captures the pole position for the first race of the season. Johnny Lightning Jr. be up on the top side of row number 1. Going to see a lot of names peppered through the field. Drivers that we've seen race in the Duracell Cup Series before. Some drivers that have run in a non-charter capacity. Some drivers that took part back in Season 5 when we had the 3 drivers per car. And then some names that we've never seen before behind the wheels of these machines. Look at Cole Koibe and Stephen Burnside, our pole sitter, Nathan Fogler, Eric Monaco, Sophia Simon, Virgil Alonso. We've never seen these drivers race before. And so going to be interesting to see what they bring to the table starting out here this evening. Now, based off of qualifying, the pole day qualifying for the 500 that took place just moments ago, I think we're going to see the top line be the dominant lane, but this track can take them double wide, can take them 3 wide. We'll have to see. These are slower speeds that these cars will carry as opposed to the 180 to 190 single car speed that we saw during that previous qualifying session. So I don't know if a little bit of extra drag will cause more side-by-side racing all the way back through the pack. We'll have to wait and see. Also, fuel window about 30 35 to 38 laps, so they will have to probably make a pit stop before the conclusion of this race, but maybe someone will try and stretch it if we do not see the dreaded Daytona caution. Green flag is in the air, and Season 1 of the Duracell Ultra Lite series is underway. Stephen Burnside's Chevrolet up through the gears. Got himself a pretty good gap. Moves up to that top line. Jack Mitchell's going to try and follow suit, though he's not clear up on Lightning Jr. Got a third lane possibly forming there. That was Sergio Alonso in the 52. Ducking down to the inside of the 13 of Nathan Fogler as we are double wide for the lead. Jack Mitchell trying to edge ahead here and lead the first lap of the season. It's going to be close here to the stripe and give it to Stephen Burnside by, well, I was going to say a couple of inches. Maybe it's just an inch. Sergio Alonso still trying that bottom line. Nobody going down there to help him. He's 3 wide right now. 13 of Nathan Fogler in the middle, and on the top side, you got the 25 of Samet Ozkan. Gonna try my best to get all these names right. That's the one problem with a new series at the beginning of the season. Different drivers, different places. You have to kind of get used to them. And now Alonso's got some friends down that inside line. Eric Monaco has picked him up in the 4. Kyle Langland in the 26 and Kat Batson in the 39, all running down on that double yellow line. And we're 3 wide for the lead going into turn 1, but it's going to be Alonso with the momentum, with the help, shorter way around the racetrack. He's going to go to the point as Burnside really wide there through 1 and 2. I don't know if he's getting forced up there by Jack Mitchell, but he almost was brushing the safer barrier there through the first couple of corners. As now, after getting to the lead, Alonso moves up to the top line. Monaco in the middle, and Langland will be on the bottom. A couple of Fords nose to tail. There are actually 3 Fords. Make it 4 Fords as you add in Cody Smart and Nathan Stapleton's 3rd and 4th on that inside line. Langland now clear, moves up to block the 2 outer lanes. That opens up the door for Kat Batson to maybe make a move for the lead, as Langland will lead that lap. Kat Batson is going to clear for the top spot on the bottom through 1 and 2. Now she'll move up to the middle. That opens up the door for the Carvana Ford Fusion of Cody Smart. Wide for 2nd. Batson's got the 3 lanes clear for the moment. Going into 3. Now you got Cody Smart alongside her and edging out in front off of turn 4. Ooh, little contact almost there between Cody Smart, who I think got a little tight there off of 4, and the car that was behind him, Powerade number 97 of Nathan Stapleton. And we are 3 wide all the way back through the pack now, from the lead all the way back to 19th, 20th place. Little break right there in the draft in that middle line between Jack Mitchell back to Aaron Macklin, the Nintendo Toyota. Not as outnumbered in the Duracell Ultra Lite series as they are in the Duracell Next Gen Cup series are the Toyotas. I believe we've got 6 Toyotas in the field. Johnny Lightning Jr., Aaron Macklin, Nathan Fogler, Cole Koibe, as well as David Dixon and Benny Watson, all in Camrys. As Stapleton, Monaco, Cody Smart trying to figure out which lane's going to get clear of the other. Stapleton on the bottom, Monaco in the middle, and Smart up on the top side as we are still 3 abreast, 5, 6 rows deep. Monaco gets the better momentum, the better push up the middle on the back straightaway. Edges out ahead at least of Cody Smart, but now Stapleton charges back down on the bottom. Inside line now being led by a couple of Toyotas. Cole Koibe in the 18 and Benny Watson in the 75. number of drivers in the field here for the Duracell Ultra Lite Series. You're going to see during the course of the Next Gen Cup Series trying to attempt to qualify for races, including Benny Watson, Roberto Crown Jr., Jack Mitchell, and Benjamin Snyder, who are in this field. They just moments ago missed out on advancing into the Great American Race tomorrow afternoon. Failed to qualify as they were go or go home drivers. Now a little extra experience maybe will help them out here in this Light Series race, perhaps. Certainly a Gen 6 car, completely different from a next gen car, but it is track time, and they were out racing in packs. So if anything, maybe be able to learn the type of things you can do via the track conditions, as Sophia Simon goes to the point. Want to shout out RJ Bishop, his assistance in painting some of these cars for this series, taking some pressure off of me. 38 was one of the cars that he painted, as led that lap. I think it might have been the 45 of David Dixon. Let's see what scoring says. No, they say it was the 18 of Cole Koibe that led that lap. 3 1,000ths, 18 over the 45, 5 1,000ths to the 38. Really close there at the stripe that time at the completion of lap number 8. But with all the swapping we got going on here for the lead and nobody clearly dominating out in front, you have to wonder about that fuel number that we gave before the green flag dropped. 35 to 38 laps, you can make it on a tank of fuel. You can maybe stretch it 39 laps, but that still puts you 1 lap shy of the scheduled distance. So will we see pit stops during the course of this race? I think that if a caution were to come out, you'd have a mixed bag. Some drivers staying out, clutching, trying to save the fuel that they're short on, and other drivers not willing to risk it, coming down and topping off. But as of right now, we've been 3 wide all the way back through this pack for the last 4 or 5 laps, but they've kept it clean. So if we stay under green flag conditions, there will be some decisions these drivers are going to have to make, more than likely in the closing stages. As Toyotas have the entire field stacked up, they're 3 wide for the top position. Koibe on the top, Benny Watson in the middle, and David Dixon on the inside line. David Dixon, he's got some experience in the NNSCRA in a next-gen car. Last year, he was a part of the Showcase series that ran those 5 races just prior and just after the All-Star race break. He's in the number 77 out of Auto Junction Racing for those 5 races. Right behind him, you got Roberto Crown Jr. I mentioned about the fact that we've got drivers that are former racers in the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series. We've also got former winners in this field. Jack Mitchell, Benny Watson, Roberto Crown Jr. have all found victory lane in their Duracell Cup Series careers. Roberto Crown Jr., remember back season 5, he was driving in the number 77 for Auto Junction Racing when we had 3 drivers per car, and he went to victory lane twice. That was in a Toyota. He's in a Chevrolet here in the Beyblade Impala SS in the Light Series. As Benjamin Snyder goes to the point. Benjamin Snyder was almost a Duracell Cup Series winner a couple of occasions last season. As mentioned, missed out on the Daytona 500 taking place tomorrow afternoon. Be sure to tune in for that one. It should be good. Benjamin Snyder in the Snyder Racing entry here in the Light Series. We'll be seeing him attempt to make some other races here later on in the season up in the Cup Series. As Benny Watson, with help from a fellow Toyota, he's going to maybe clear Benny Watson here going into turn 3. Inside line broke up a bit. Now it's reformed. John Lightning Jr., Austin Reed, and our pole sitter Stephen Burnside down there trying to move forward once again. things a little sketch there as you had a couple of cars going a half groove higher than each other going into turn 1. Austin Reed in the 24 is going to give us our onboard on what it sounds like for these Gen 6 cars making their way around Daytona International Speedway. Hit the stripe to complete lap 15. You saw there on that onboard, Austin Reed, the dial flashing red, hitting the rev limiter there in 4th gear. Car topping out a bit. One thing I was a little bit concerned about that we were able to observe with that digital dash was not in danger, even though the revving is taking place. Doesn't look like in danger of any of these engines grenading with the what was indicated on board with the 24. Looked like the oil temp was somewhere around 180, the water temp about 170, so it's when you start getting up into the 200 range for those two particular areas, that's when you start to get a little bit concerned, but these drivers should be okay. The reason that we saw the topping out there, the flashing red dial, is the fact these drivers in this pack, they are running over 200 miles per hour at certain points. They're 200 miles per hour on the straightaway. They're topping around 201, 202 going into the corner. Then it drops down to about 198, 199 right there, 202 for Benjamin Snyder and Benny Watson, the lead cars going into turn 3. Carrying a lot of speed here, a lot more speed than I actually thought they were going to carry. And so it'll be very interesting to see tomorrow in the daytime conditions here at Daytona. We'll see speeds upwards of 200 miles per hour with the next gen cars. Nighttime conditions certainly makes the track cooler, which usually means more grip. Tomorrow being here in the southeastern United States. Florida not exactly known for its cool weather here. Sun gonna probably be baking this racetrack, so grip may be optimal. Whether you're going to work your way through the field or you're going to be going the wrong direction. Benny Watson and Benjamin Snyder, they have not relented against each other. Watson leading the top, Snyder leading the middle, inside line still trying to work its way forward. They're finally going to get John Lightning Jr. up alongside of the 50 and the 75. They've been working on that for the last couple of laps or so. As now Snyder clears Benny Watson, he'll move up to the top line. That's going to have the 25 of Samet Özkan as the leader of the middle groove. And as this run continues on, even though we're nighttime conditions, handling is going to start to go away, and we're going to see a lot more dancing out of these race cars. So this 3 wide, 3-4 rows deep, while it's good for right now, it may get very hairy the longer this run goes on. Benny Watson dives it down to the bottom of Benjamin Snyder for the race lead. Look at the gap, though, these two have all the way back to the 25, the 18, the 1, the 24. As they're side drafting each other, they're stalling each other out. That's going to give Samet Özkan a big run, but he's kind of boxed in. I don't think there's much he can do with it right now. And now Cole Kobe is going to jump down, and he's going to pick up The 75 worked with his Toyota teammate. Lap 20 completed. Lap 21 goes on the board. We are halfway home here tonight in the first race of the season for the NNSCRA Duracell Ultra Lite Series. We're going to step aside for a quick race break and then be back to the action here from Daytona International Speedway. Can they make it on fuel? Our pit stop's looming. We're going to be finding all that out here in the close of tonight's race from the World Center of Racing. Thank you for tuning in to today's broadcast on NNSCRA TV. If you enjoyed your watching, it would help us out a lot if you'd hit that like button. Also, if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to become a part of the NNSCRA crew today. And if you're on your phone, be sure to click that bell to be notified whenever we have a broadcast here on NNSCRA TV. Once again, we thank you for your support and we hope you continue to enjoy today's broadcast. Welcome back to Daytona. 3 wide for the race lead. Jack Mitchell, Benny Watson, Benjamin Snyder have been 3 abreast for the last lap and a half. Neither driver, neither lane giving an inch. Bit of a break up there in that middle line, but again, the Toyotas look like they're trying to work together. The 75 and the 18. Mitchell has got Cody Smart and Nathan Fogler down the bottom with him. It looks like that inside line slowly but surely is starting to gain the momentum back. Near contact right there between Watson and Snyder. They can't get away from each other. That is continuing to kind of stall out those outside lines. They're not really being able to get formed up. The 18 of Cole Kobe not able to really make up his mind which lane he wants to be in. That's stacking up Kyle Langland and Samet Ozkan. Inside line formed a little bit better. They gain it through the corners, but they start to lose a bit of it on the straightaways. There you see Watson and Snyder able to battle back after Jack Mitchell had the nose on both of them coming off of turn 4. Continuing to try and hug that inside line as we draw closer to 15 laps to go. Fuel window was open about 5-6 laps in for the drivers if they were short on fuel to be able to make it the rest of the way. Obviously, nobody was going to come to pit road at that point in time unless we were to have an early caution in the first 10 laps or so. At this point, you're either going to try and make it the entire 40-lap scheduled distance, or you're going to pit at the last possible moment and take on that splash of fuel that you're short of making it the rest of the way. Well, while we've got the opportunity here, let's bring you up to speed on tonight's lap leaders, as we're more than halfway through tonight's season opener for the Duracell Ultra Lite Series. Most laps led so far tonight, Benjamin Snyder with 8 circuits out in front. 5 laps led by Benny Watson. 3 laps led apiece by both Cole Kobe and Nathan Stapleton. Jack Mitchell just led his 2nd lap. And then 1 lap led apiece so far by Eric Monaco, Kat Batson, and our pole sitter, Stephen Burnside. This time it'll be Benny Watson who will lead that lap. So his 6th circuit out in front. Points basically are calculated the same way for the Lite Series as they are for the Next Gen Cup Series. 1 point per position, a point for a lap led, and an extra bonus point if you lead the most laps. The only difference is there's no playoffs for the drivers here in the Lite Series. It's basically like the classic NASCAR series. Driver with the most points at the end of the season wins the championship and gets a guaranteed chartered ride in next season, Season 8 of the NNSCRA Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, which, by the way, if you haven't heard, they're getting their season opener started tomorrow afternoon here from Daytona. The Daytona 500 ready for its 7th running. And if what we saw in qualifying and pole day qualifying and even going back to last week, what we saw in the Clash at Slinger Speedway, this should be a doozy of a season. We, of course, have the new playoff format. Top 10 drivers in the point standings get themselves locked in. 6 wildcard spots going to those outside the top 10 that don't have a win. And we got a couple of drivers coming to pit road. So here we go. That's the 13 of Nathan Fogel, the 21 of Roberto Crown Jr., and the 22 of Madeline Crenshaw, who we have not mentioned yet tonight, and that's Subway Ford. So a trio of drivers coming to pit road this time. If you're going to come to pit lane, you want to come to pit road with friends. We will see if those three can stay latched together, if they can be up in the lead pack when everything cycles around. Field has broken up. I think we might have some more drivers with their hands out the window coming to pit road this time. You pit now, you're definitely going to be able to make it the rest of the way. Looks like Watson's coming in this time. Cody Smart, Smet Ozkan, Sophia Simon, Virgil Alonso, Stephen Burnside, our pole sitter, and Aaron Macklin, all on pit road this time. Looks like the 13 and the 21 going to come out together. The 22 of Madeline Crenshaw got left behind a bit. Man, look how the field really spread out now because of what we saw there with drivers splitting off to come into pit road. Well, you're going to really need to have a drafting partner once everything cycles around, or else you are toast. Let's see if Snyder comes in this time. Peels off the banking, and yep, he's coming in. Looks like most everybody's coming in, except for a couple. Jack Mitchell, Eric Monaco are going to stay out. Everybody else, though, that hasn't already pit are in. There's Reed, Batson, Lightning Jr., David Dixon, Kyle Langland, and Nathan Stapleton all on pit road. Cody Smart coming off pit lane. There's Benny Watson. There's the 21, the 13. Trying to work their way past these drivers emerging on the back straightaway. There's your race leaders. Eric Monaco and Jack Mitchell. They'll be the last two that will dive to pit lane. Monaco just made the pass around Jack Mitchell. I think we'll see these two dive to pit road here. Coming to 10 laps to go, which we'll get to that point when the leader crosses the start-finish line. Question is it going to be one of these two, or is it going to be whoever's running in third place after all this thing cycles around? I'm pretty sure that Eric Monaco's pit stall is past the start-finish line, and yeah, right there, he just crossed it. So yep, that completes lap 30, 10 laps officially left to go. Who is the race leader? It looks like it could potentially cycle out to the 18 of Cole Kobe and the 24 of Austin Reed right behind him. Cody Smart might cycle out to third, and then here you've got the pack starting to form up. I think that 10 laps is definitely enough time for this group to all get formed up and start reeling in all of those stragglers up further ahead, running by themselves. Austin Reed looking to make the pass on Koibe. This is going to eventually be for the race lead, as they were able to bypass both the 4 and the 0-1 coming off pit road. They're going to try and get up to speed and merge with this group if they can. Jack Mitchell might be able to. He's going to hold up the inside line a tad here going into 3. Oh, look at this. Pulls right up in front of Nathan Stapleton. 39 of Kat Batson. Looks like she may have lost the draft. If they race double wide, she may be able to reel them in. I'm not sure. Virgil Alonso, Smet Ozkan, Madeline Crenshaw, and Kyle Langland all back here. Looks like they've lost the draft. Stephen Burnside, after starting on the pole, he is right now running last. So you got about a half dozen drivers back there. They need a caution if they're going to have a shot at this thing. Still side by side for the race lead between Cole Koibe and Austin Reed. This is not helping them at all. There you saw Cody Smart in the 17. He's about to get reeled in by this pack. We're going to look at the intervals. Last time by, Benjamin Snyder leading this group was 5 seconds behind Koibe and Reed. Let's see what the interval is this time by. How much did they close it up by? And we'll try and work the math, see if they have enough time to be able to catch the top two, as they've now reeled in third place Cody Smart. 0.7 of a second they gained that lap. So by that count, 4.2 seconds left, they would need about 7 laps to work with, and that's exactly what we've got. So if the calculations are right and they continue the trend that they're on currently, they are going to catch the top two on the last lap, though I think they're going to catch them sooner than that. They're only about a corner maybe a little more than a corner behind. These two continue to race side by side, slowing their lap times. So I don't think it's going to take them 7 laps to reel in the top 2. I'd put it somewhere around maybe 4 laps tops. And we're going to have ourselves a pack of about 14, I believe, to duke it out for this race victory. First checkered flag of the season, first checkered flag ever in the Duracell Ultralight Series, the debut season for this series, is now Eric Monaco going to make a move on the inside of Benjamin Snyder. Sophia Simon trying something on the bottom there. Ooh, might have let the lane open. Nope, Roberto Crown Jr. He showed the nose, then David Dixon moved up to the middle line, leaving him out to dry. Benjamin Snyder has been very strong up there right against the wall really all night long. Benny Watson running right behind him, and there you, maybe, I don't know if you saw it there, but the very bottom of your screen you could see the roofs of the 18 and the 24. 6 laps to go here at Daytona. There you see them left side of your screen. They are going to get reeled in. As soon as the 50 gets a draft off the back of probably the 18 that is running up there on the top as well, this pack is all of a sudden going to find a little bit of extra speed, and they are going to reel them in a hurry. That last time by, it was less than 2 seconds from 3rd place up to the race leader. Benny Watson going to make a move here on Benjamin Snyder. No help, but he might be able to get a toe off the back of the 24. That might be what he's thinking, to try and eventually take the race lead if this works out. No drafting help behind, about 3 car lengths back to Sophia Simon, who's going to duck up to the outside line. No help on the bottom for the 75 of Benny Watson. And here we go. They've caught the top 2. And now it's on with less than 4 laps to go. Less than 5 laps to go, I should say. It'll be 4 to go next time by, as that's close there in the middle of the pack. Eric Monaco makes a move down low. In turn is blocking Sophia Simon, who takes him 3 wide. Simon's going to tuck back in line. Benjamin Snyder's moved to the middle groove, pushing the 24 of Austin Reed. Benny Watson now on the bottom with Monaco and Simon. And now the 18 of Cole Koibe has no drafting help up in the 3rd lane. Reed's going to clear the 18. Now he'll lead the 2nd line. Snyder tucks in behind the 18 car, and we're double wide, about 7-8 rows deep here. 4 laps to go from Daytona. 3rd line might be forming back there. David Dixon having thoughts about it. The DHL Toyota tucks back in line. Look at Watson trying to get up there, side draft the 24 of Austin Reed, not allow him to get that run down the back straightaway. Dixon again moving down to the inside line, but I don't think that's going to work. Nobody else going with him. Hello, Toyota. Nathan Fogler is going to go up the middle, and Dixon's going to start falling back. Watson edges ahead again, pushing the 24 of Austin Reed up. Who leads this lap here at the line? Ooh, scoring. What do you say? They give it to Watson that lap. 3 laps to go here at Daytona. An inside line starting to get a little bit broken up. I shouldn't say the inside line, the middle line now turning into an inside line. A lot of drivers testing the waters there, running a little bit lower. A couple of Toyotas. David Dixon's got Aaron Macklin back there with him, trying to generate something to get up there to the front. Eric Monaco, for the moment, staying committed to the 75, but he keeps going about a half groove lower there through the corners. I don't know if that's in defense of the 38 or on the offensive to try and get by the 75. 2 laps to go. Is that time much clearer that Benny Watson led that lap by about half a car length. So Watson's getting that run off of turn 4, pinching the 24 up and maintaining it at least to the start-finish line. Monaco again showing the nose. That inside line starting to gain more numbers. Jack Mitchell's moved down there, and David Dixon's making some strides. Eric Monaco's got to be noticing that. That might be why he's showing the nose. He might want to go down there, try and lead that inside line. As up top, you've only got about 3 cars. Now make it 5 or 6 as Fogler, Smart, and Stapleton all went up to the wall. White flag's going to be in the air this time by, and we may be 3 wide to the checkered flag this next time around because David Dixon has found some momentum on that inside line. Benny Watson in the middle, Austin Reed on the top. Now you're just relying on your drafting help. All three lanes are basically blocked. It's going to be one of these three drivers more than likely. It's to the second, third, fourth place car in each respective line as to who's going to make it back to the stripe first. David Dixon on the bottom. Benny Watson in the middle. Austin Reed on the top side. Still three wide here. Through 3 and 4. Who gets the momentum on the straightaway? Right now it's David Dixon. Can he push the 75 up? Can the 24 get a run back to the line? Here we go. Checkered flag in the air, and it is Benny Watson, I do believe, in that middle line, who's going to win the season opener at Daytona. Scoring says, yes, it was the driver of the 75. Scoring the victory. Interval at the line, 16 1,000ths to David Dixon, 18 1,000ths to Austin Reed. 3 wide, photo finish, coming to the checkered flag here tonight in the first race of the Duracell Ultra Lite Series. How about that? 3 wide photo finish, stacked up 3 wide all the way back through the pack. And Benny Watson gets the season started off right as he may be looking to bring Otter Island Motorsports back to the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series in Season 8. He'll be the points leader heading into the next event at Las Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. After not only picking up the victory tonight, but he just barely led the most laps as well. 11 laps led, eclipsing the 10 laps led by Benjamin Snyder. Let's take a look at the official finishing results from tonight's race. Gave you your top 3. Aaron Macklin brings it home in the 4th position. Eric Monaco in 5th. Cole Coybe going to finish in 6th. Jack Mitchell 7th. And Sophia Simon, Benjamin Snyder, and John Lightning Jr. brings it home inside of the top 10. Roberto Crown Jr. 11th. Nathan Fogler in 12th. Nathan Stapleton and Cody Smart were the last drivers to finish up in the lead pack in 13th and 14th. Virgil Alonso, he'll get 15th. Kat Batson 16th. 17th for Madeline Crenshaw. 18th Sumit Askan. Then Kyle Langland in 19th. And Stephen Burnside, who started on the pole and is going to finish last here tonight in the 20th position. Well, drivers that did well here this evening, they'll look to keep this momentum going in a couple of weeks' time when we'll be at Las Vegas. Drivers who didn't do well, they'll look to bounce back, because again, it's not a win-and-you're-in situation. There are no playoffs. You gotta bounce back with a good finish to counter the poor finish to gain as many points as possible at season's end. But Benny Watson gets it started off right with the victory here this evening at Daytona. Thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed this race, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today, and if you're on your phone, be sure to hit the bell icon to be notified when these broadcasts take place for both the Duracell Ultra Lite Series and the Duracell Next Gen Cup Series, which, by the way, you'll get notified tomorrow when we go live because it is the Daytona 500, the main event here for the Daytona weekend for the Next Gen Cup Series, as they will be getting ready to try and etch their name into the history books as a Daytona 500 winner and maybe, just maybe, get themselves a playoff position by the end of the regular season. But again, that'll be tomorrow afternoon. Be sure to join us for that. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Congratulations once again to Benny Watson on the victory tonight at Daytona, the Duracell Ultra Lite Series. I've been Seth Cole, and you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of the NNSCRA and NNSCRA TV, offline racing at its best.